About 55 million children attend public school in America, from kindergarten through 12th grade. Keeping schools safe is a national priority. But the recent appointment of this man, Kevin Jennings, to head up the Office of Safe and Drug-Free Schools has left many wondering, safe for whom?
Kevin Jennings has no business even being near a school, much less in charge of the federal government's Safe Schools program.
Bob Knight has worked extensively on policy issues in and around Washington, D.C. He is senior writer and correspondent for Coral Ridge Ministries.
This is a man who has formed a group advocating homosexuality and the acceptance of it by teachers and by pupils in schools all over the country. It's an oxymoron to say that he should be in charge of safe schools when the programs he has promoted put children at risk.
The organization founded by Jennings is called GLSEN, the Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network.
Kevin Jennings actually founded GLSEN when he was still a teacher at a private school in Massachusetts. It was originally the Gay and Lesbian Independent School Teachers Network.
Peter Sprigg is Senior Fellow for Policy Studies at the Family Research Council in Washington, D.C.
A lot of Americans, even Americans who may sort of accept the idea of being tolerant towards adult homosexuals, are still troubled by the idea of promoting homosexuality in the schools or teaching young students about homosexuality. And yet this is the very agenda that GLSEN has promoted, is not only tolerance, but active affirmation of homosexuality in all aspects of the curriculum at every level of education from kindergarten right on up.
In March of 2004, in Wilmington, North Carolina, 7-year-old Olivia Hartzell, a first grader at Freeman Elementary School, checked out a book that appears on the approved list for her advanced reading class.
As normal, my daughter checks out 3 books a week from school, and just so happened one of the books she checked out was of a very sensitive nature to us.
The book was King and King, a book Olivia thought was a fairy tale.
As we do every night with my daughter, she was reading a book, and while my wife is picking out her clothes and I'm standing there kind of cleaning up, listening to her read, the book took a turn, just really went somewhere that we didn't expect it to.
Where that story went has everything to do with what Peter Sprigg describes as a strategic pyramid used to get homosexuality not only accepted, but affirmed in public schools.
Probably the most basic level is this idea of safe schools. This is something that appeals to really anyone. Nobody really wants to see students harassed or bullied or victims of violence because of any reason, including because they identify themselves as gay or lesbian, or they're perceived as such by their fellow students. But what people don't realize is that when you create that special category of protection, you are laying the groundwork for actually affirming homosexuality as being a normal and natural variant of human development.
Next come non-discrimination policies stating that homosexuals can be hired as teachers and staff.
Then you move on to perhaps special teacher training. This gets into the area of indoctrination, where you actually have the teachers perhaps have a special in-service training where they begin to be indoctrinated into pro-homosexual ideology, into believing that people are born gay and can never change, for example, and that homosexuality is harmless to the individuals who practice it, which is obviously false.
To get the pro-homosexual message to students, Kevin Jennings came up with Gay Straight Alliances, which are voluntary student clubs for homosexual students and what are called their straight allies.